Welcome to Lions, Tigers, and Bears.
Kiki's delivery service is a touching story of growing up, telling about the complex formation of personality and the difficulties of independent life when you have to leave home. Compared to other Hayao Miyazaki films, I want to visit the world of the film most of all. The second world had never happened here. Witches are a part of society and they build families, and those who are 13 can decide for themselves what to do and will be happy when somebody supports them with ideas that you must go through the difficult paths of life yourself and accumulate personal experience and wisdom that pervaded the whole film. Therefore, most of the scenes are aimed at resonating with our everyday experience, whether you are a teenager or an adult. But the story of a little witch named Kiki is fascinating to watch at any age, not only for this reason. I like how 30 years later they still talk about Miyazaki movie. Someone in the context of creating play, someone about the delivery service not telling a specific story and just showing the hard days of a freelancer. Someone just admires the plausibility of that world and the beauty of animations. You can love the story of the witch who works as a package delivery provider for your own reasons. But these small details in the animation and her creative control help the motifs of the film work so that they impress even 30 years later. Today we'll talk about the animation and, by the way, oh hello, Toby's here. Despite the fact that Kiki knows how magic works, her story is mundane and in some ways even simple. With the help of her mother, who is also a witch, she leaves her native home in search of work and herself.
出かけるって魔女の修行のこと？ええ、古いしきたりなんです。魔女になる子は13歳になったら家を出るっていう。
In the new city, her witch status is distinguished not only by flying on a broomstick, but also by the color of her clothes. That is why Miyazaki, together with the animators, decided to literally make Kiki feel insecure. Michio Yasuda, who worked with color, did everything possible so that the color coding with the film immediately indicated to you the clear affiliation of what appears on the screen. For comparison, the animation on TV at that time used about 200 shades on the palette, whereas for the Kiki delivery service, in fact, 465 shades were required, 20 of which were specially developed for this film. The previous work of Nausicaä, or The Valley of the Wind, and My Neighbor Totoro allowed Yasuda to highlight a palette that would contain more contrast. Softer and pastel shades were taken for leather and clothing, and for the city and its surroundings, they were dark and in some ways even dirty. This would be done in order to give the environment a sense of texture, highlighting the architecture of the city or the beauty of nature. And when it comes to highlighting Kiki as a heroine on the background of the city and its inhabitants, Yasuda refers to the color of her clothes. And if you look at the color palette of the clothes of the inhabitants or the city itself, this contrast becomes obvious. Everything is filled with European cities of the last century, while Kiki itself and her dress looks too unassuming and simple, thanks to which she stands out. Kiki clothing is in principle one of the central objects of interaction that says a lot about her. There is such a term as character study, the idea of which is based on the habits of the hero describing her personality. They are more important than the plot itself because all the micromotion and behavioral features of the character must be pre-shot in advance. In short, it looks like this. After creating the concept of Kiki, animators create illustration that will shed light on her personality. That is, proof of the concept is needed. However, such a process should contain visual information about what exactly will distinguish Kiki from other characters, as well as determine her behavior and the way to express itself. In a ready-made anime movie, it is easy to notice because Kiki differs even from other urban witches, posture, flight style, and even which cat is nearby. All the matters have significance because if the audience cannot empathize or communicate with the character, it will not feel the connection with him, and then the authors will lose attention to them. Subsequently, one of the basic mechanics that Miyazaki used together with the animators is the interaction with the world. Kiki expresses her personality through the way she handles things. This can be seen even through her attitude to her dress. In this scene, she diligently mops the floor to keep her home clean. This is the place that she was trusted. That is her house for that period of her life until she finds something else. That says a lot about her sense of responsibility and gratitude to the woman who sheltered her. But in order to stay clean, Kiki ties her dress so that it can remain dry while washing the floor, or how she fastens her sleeves with clothespins when she cooks in the oven. Here you can notice not only a careful attitude to the things of parents, but also the heat from the stove itself. Or she just straightens her dress because she is still worried about how people in the city look at her. Kiki wears this dress every day, and the animators thought through such moment till the end, so that the heroine's sense of density, of tactility, personal qualities didn't disappear, because without her black dress she feels unprotected. The previously described is just what is defined after the concept. Body language. What posture should be in order to maintain the integrity of the character? This character is an extrovert or introvert. How he will respond to external influences, for example, to people with whom he is familiar, or vice versa with those whom he sees for the first time. How the character's posture will change if he is in transport. The more answers to the questions are found, the more reliable the character will be during rendering, thanks to which the operators will be sure that each frame will be able to work out the director's appeal. This is the essence of character study, the study of behavior and character. So when you look at how Kiki treats things from home, these monuments take an additional meaning. In the film, scenes are opened where she listens to the radio broadcasts with a weather forecast. She needs these so as not to get caught in the rain during a flight to another city. And initially, the radio serves as a connection to the rest of the world for Kiki. She feels normal and much calmer when music on use fills the space around.